He's an able batsman, very skillful, but has failed to make his mark in this Lanka Premier League. I think the time is ideal for him to make his presence felt. That'll be good for his side, who just lost an early wicket in the very first over.
Change in the field, fine leg comes in, fine leg comes in, third man out. And pace off the ball. Something we've seen throughout this over. A good first over for the Kings, 3 for 1. One in that top 5 will have to bat deep to get Dambulla Viking close to par score at this venue. 190 will be a good score with the conditions.
I'd still target around 160, 170, Darren. Isurudana starting the proceedings, very experienced, great exponent of the slower ball.
I say 190 because there's a Russell factor.
Yes, but if you still think of that, you're not going to get anything on the board. You aim or start off with a reasonable target where you end up not having too much pressure, where you make better decisions, and if you get into a position, you go from there. Dikwala likes space, he needs space. He's very good at using it. Doesn't get any.
Yeah, it's a different pitch. Here, batters need to work hard for their runs. Out or dropped, is he?
He juggled it, but he managed to hang on. The second wicket falls. Paul Sterling, he likes that mid-wicket area. Ball not coming on. Slightly high on the bat, and the Viking, Dambulla Viking, they're struggling early.
Have a look at the pace. 103 kilometers per hour, so pace off the ball. Doing the trick, asking for the muscle to be used.
Tixila De Silva somehow managed to hang on to it. Sterling makes only one. Dambulla Viking, 3 for 2. Dambulla Viking, they're struggling early.
Have a look at the pace. 103 kilometers per hour, so pace off the ball. Doing the trick, asking for the muscle to be used.
Tixila De Silva somehow managed to hang on to it.
Muscle to be used.
Tixila De Silva somehow managed to hang on to it. Sterling makes only one. Dambulla Viking, 3 for 2.
Fans killing me.
Samit Patel comes to the crease. He's been good with bat and ball. Samit Patel comes to the crease. He's been good with bat and ball. 58 in the first match, 41 of 22 in the second game. In the first match, 41 of 22 in the second game. But it's a crisis he's entering at the moment. 2 quick wickets.
The conditions, state of the pitch, not suiting to his technique. He likes a bit of pace to work with. Here, he'd been needing to graft, play the ball late.
Haven't seen a delivery beyond 130 kilometers per hour so far in the innings. And a lot of T20 cricket has to do about thinking on your feet and adjusting as the game unfolds. I'm sure Dambulla Viking and their players in the dressing room will take notice of that approach by the Colombo Kings bowlers.
It's all about gleaning the information against your opposition, about your opposition, and what Angelo Matthews saw yesterday when Paul Sterling was up against the left-armers and he was struggling. So he opted to bowl with Odana. Great call from the captain and paid for the side.
I was surprised that De Silva bubbled that simple chance.
No, you can't do things the easy way.
Added entertainment.
Yeah. Get everyone on the edge. That's how the world works these days. On the edge. A little bit of an edge there. Samit Patel would have got 4 though. Leg side, you miss it, you're always thinking that you missed out on scoring runs, then not the little bit of an edge there. Samit Patel would have got 4 though. Distance. Leg side, you miss it, you're always thinking that you missed out on scoring runs, then not the length of the pitch is added to that as well. Square of the wicket is 64 meters. That's 70 yards basically. It's on the smaller side, that must be said. But around the world, you do get lots of grounds with those dimensions, similar dimensions.
Now I have a question for both of you. We've seen 6 previous matches, 4 times teams batting first, they've gone on to win. Why is that? With smaller boundaries, that due factor should be easy for teams chasing.
Well, we saw a few teams getting very close. The first game went to a super over. Jaffna managed to chase 175. I think it's the mindset. If you concede anything over 190, it brings a lot of pressure. And as a batter, you want to go out there and play all the strokes in the world without realizing that losing wickets is not going to help. That's my 11 circle champion stroke.
And another stat to note, Darren. No team winning the toss has gone on to win a match. Well, we're talking about Colombo Kings. Well, we'll finish that point in the next over, 9 for 2.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Eye Asia.
Loud appeal, loud appeal. Not off the head by the umpire. Might have been outside the line of leg stump.
I would think so. Yeah, just going back to finish that point. Matthews did win the toss in that first game against the Candy Tuskers, but that game ended in a tie, so that's why we're not saying that they won a game. They won the super over, but we ain't counting that in the first 20 overs.
I'm waiting, Russell. Why? Why are teams struggling to chase?
I think the approach is not right. Plus, when you concede more than 190 runs, you come out under pressure and you try indifferently, and in the process you lose early wicket, which is detrimental, and from there on it becomes very difficult. I think they have to take leaf out of the book of Chandimal. When he was looking to score 218 runs, he came out. That's in the air. Should go all the way.
Oh dear, oh dear. That was a pie. Yeah, it's tea time. 3:45 here in Hambantota. And Angelo Matthews serves a pie. Well, he served a pie. He got a wicket in the previous over, not this time.
108 kilometers per hour. I'm sure the message is already sent back to the Dambulla Viking dressing room. Pace off the ball. flicked again, uppishly.
Yeah, just to finish that point, you know, when you come out to bat to chase a big total, you have to try maneuver the length first up. If it's not happening, then you go with ram shot, you know, moving away from the stumps. But you have to make sure you don't lose too many wickets. If you do, the doors get shut.
Lots of footmarks seen on the pitch, and that's an indication that there is a little bit of moisture. Darker side the pitch. Slapped over, he gets enough. My 11th circle, champion shot, Samit Patel. He's got to play a few more of that if the Dambulla Vikings are going to press the Colombo Kings.
Intentional opening of the blade. I wonder if you have Samit Patel in your My 11 Circle fantasy team. Remember, My 11 Circle, sponsors of the Lanka Premier League. It's an app where you can select your fantasy team and play with real champions. All you need to do is download it and produce a team to get maximum points. 3 overs gone, 20 for 2.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner Content Asia.
ඔබට මගහැරුණු සියලු වැඩසටහන් පහසු වෙලාවට නරඹන්න TVI Newsයි අපගේ YouTube නාලිකා දෙකම අමතක නොකර දැන්ම subscribe කරන්න.
Finds the gap. He likes space on the ball of Taranga. He's a very good timer, so not a great start for Damika Prasad.
It's a familiar sight. A fielder making the mess of things. Yes, it was driven and he was travelling, but should have been stopped at this level.
My 11 circle champion shot. And these are good fielders. That's Case Ahmed. He's brilliant in the field. Quick. Attacks the ball. Damika Prasad played for Sri Lanka in the past. Led the bowling attack. Bowls wicket to wicket. Hits the seam on the pitch. Gets deviation. That's his strength was. Unfortunately, a shoulder injury had ruled him out for a long period. Trying to make a comeback. So really good to see him here.
Yeah. After bowling a half volley with his first delivery, he recovered quite quickly. It was a good delivery and have a slip in, captain.
One of two changes to the team today for Colombo Kings. Damika Prasad.
You're not getting that, Damika. Oh dear. Well, he's lucky he looked back, Upul Taranga. New haircut for Damika Prasad. Got it this morning. Babar Azam in the Pakistan team. There was Babar Udana who dished out that style this morning.
Yeah, it's a norm, isn't it? Following the trends.
Russell, you got to thank me for your haircut.
Got me to pay a lot more than I usually pay for my haircut.
And no, folks, I didn't perform the haircut myself. I arranged it for him.
But do they charge you for this kind of a haircut? Do they?
I had to pay. It's a lot better than that, though. And the barber asked me, who's that bloke? Is he a Kiwi? You Kiwi?
That was the funniest. West Indian being called a Kiwi.
But no one will mistake this, though.
Sponsors very important, Red Bull. And all the players are fueled up for this contest, match number 7 in the My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. Hoping that we'll see better performances on the field. That's been a deficient area in the tournament so far. He's thoroughly enjoying it. Drink partner for the Lanka Premier League, Red Bull. Six runs from his first over, 26 for 2.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia.
You are watching TVI. Stay tuned with us.
Runs. 3 were bowled by Dambulla and only 20 runs were conceded. Brilliant Yorkers, slow balls.
And we spoke about him not bowling his full complement of 4 and questioned why.
I can understand that Dasun Shanaka might have known much about Dambulla. That's the first time they're coming together. But why isn't he there today?
I think it's the pitch, the conditions, maybe a balance in the team, because you're seeing 2 right-hand leg spinners. Look, 2 of the 4 changes.
The Yorkers, the slower balls that he bowled, executed to Thisara Pereira in the 18th and 20th over, were outstanding. Wide Yorkers, Thisara Pereira couldn't get going. He was going, but couldn't keep going. That tells you something. So that Dambulla not in the team just surprises me.
I think Pereira with his batting created a lot of pressure. The captain felt it and forgot to do certain things.
Come on, guys, tell me about what you've seen here in terms of the bowling. Better effort, surely, from the Colombo Kings and their bowlers.
Yeah, lots of slow balls being used. The variations are coming in. And also this pitch is a little different. Played on yesterday. And both teams showed what to do. Bowling it in the pitch, there was a bit of grip. So you expect a lot more. And then we also mentioned the fact that it is moist. Look at the marks. That's to tell you that it's slightly wet, and that's why it's holding up on the pitch. Not easy to play your shots.
The bowlers have reacted quite well. They've been bowling attacking lines, attacking lengths.
White ball.
That's wide. A rare mistake from the bowler. Has to re-bowl. It's the first time he's operating with a new ball.
Other point I'd like to mention is what we've seen in previous matches. The average power play score, my team's 62 for 2. A very different result so far as we approach the end of the 5th over. 29 for 2 at the moment. And some lateral movement.
So there is a little bit more in it for the bowlers. And that's why I'm saying, rather than thinking the 190 of every day, try and get yourselves 160 and be in the game. When you aim too high, you could fall way low. aim reasonable, you'll get somewhere there.
For the first time, batsman being challenged. This My 11 circle, Lanka Premier League. It's been a struggle so far.
After all, it's cricket, guys. Every batsman should be prepared for some testing conditions at the top of the innings, especially if you're opening the batting. That's what is expected. Batting to come. The captain, Shanika, number 5, his strike rate is quite good. Angelo Pereira, Polina Taranga, the leggy we spoke about, brought into the side for today's match.
This kind of a pitch, it demands softer grip on the bat. In T20, you see every batsman coming out with a strong grip, trying to hit the ball out of the park. Show some patience. Like that. Beautifully executed stroke. Always pleasing on the eye to see such a stroke executed. An authentic cover drive.
Only the third 4 in the innings. There was a 6 as well. And that's a My 11 circle champion shot to end the 5th over. Beautiful, 34 for 2.
Five overs gone, 34 for 2, a boundary off the last ball of that last over, and I'm hoping that's going to just spurt things on a little bit, because I think we've seen some pretty ordinary cricket so far, I must say. Yes, the track's a little bit different, but I'm not sure the disciplines have been there. Hasn't been a great deal of spark out there. Case Ahmed is someone who provides a bit of spark normally, but that's a wide. Now the extras are climbing already. That's 11 extras so far, including 6 wides. Here's a look at the last ball of the last over. That was a crisp shot. Nice to see that.
Really good to see that. Upal Taranga playing well. Isuru Dana will be really upset as that.
Got away with that. It's run away for 4, but there was some excitement.
Yeah, there was. And just to go back on my point there with Isuru Dana, he would have wanted to close down that over. So going for a 4 off the last ball wasn't great.
Certainly there is some purchase for the spinners, and particularly the leg spinner with so much of revs on the ball, rotation of the wrist, he's bound to get turned.
He's got energy, Case Ahmed. Like the way he goes about his cricket. We haven't seen his forward flips yet. Who knows, today might be the day. Samit Patel is someone that the Viking side are going to rely heavily on. That is a beautiful shot. Thresh to cover. That is superb.
Great shot there, Samit Patel. He's playing some really good cricket. Hit the ball late, hit it under his eyes, got his power through the ball. Great shot. We just have a look at this. Pitched up into the gap, into the arc. Beautiful shot. Weight through the ball, hands through the ball. A lot of power in that from Samit Patel. The Viking will be looking at this because they've gone with a spin-friendly combination today. They'll be hoping there's a little bit of an offer for the spinners.
Just a reminder, they won the toss, the Viking, and decided to bat first. That's beautifully bowled. Angelo Matthews just happened to bowl.
In fact, Matthews was a little bit confused. He said he's not sure how this pitch will play, so I'd rather bat second. But looking at what's happening here, we spoke about the moisture content. Can't see the moisture drying out quickly.
Oh, nice, baby.
And one thing I guess we're going to see here also is that Samit Patel on this sort of track, I mean, it's a track that maybe resembles a bit more like an English surface. He's played most of his cricket in the UK, so the ball not coming onto the bat, he'll work a bit more, he'll be more precise with his shots.
And wanting to hit the ball as late as possible.
Uputaranga is somebody who enjoys a lot of spin, loves to play against spin, he's very good against spin.
Oh, nice, nice,
And
boy.
that's his forte, he'll just keep knocking it into gaps. It's 45 for 2.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia.
ඔබ මේ රැඳී සිටින්නේ TVI සමගින්. රැඳෙන්න අපත් සමගම.
Is signalling the end of the power play. It's a slow power play, 45-2. The average score so far in the power plays in the tournament is 62 for 2. A bit of purchase also for Priyanjan.
Who was first a batsman, now he's developed his art as an off spinner, Ashan Priyanjan. But this is something that we will see right throughout. A lot of spin. And lately, Priyanjan has started to pick up wickets. Economy under 6, which is excellent. Plays for the Colombo Cricket Club.
You would think he's going to be happier bowling to Turanga with the ball turning away from Turanga than into Patel, who probably looked to work him hard on the leg side.
Oh, nice boy, nice boy, nice.
Well bowled there from Priyanjan into the pads of Samir Patel. There has been a little bit of purchase for the spin.
It's a bit of a different game today, so don't forget to download that app, my11circle.com. You can download the app and have some fun. Play with the champions, select your side. But it's a little bit different today because of the surface and because it's not coming on the bat as well as we have seen previously. So the style of the game has changed. Different skills to the fore. Have some fun.
Oh, nice.
Maybe they should try and select teams according to surfaces. So this surface, they should pick up some spinners. But look at this. This is what the drone is providing. How beautiful it is from a distance, quite far, quite high up. I like the greenery in the background. Very English, isn't it?
I've been asked before how these drone shots, I mean, I think they're wonderful, the drone shots. I've been asked before how big these drones are. I mean, they're just the drone that we're using, providing that picture right now is obviously quite high. But it's a small little drone. It's quite remarkable, the equipment. Where is it? There it is. That's all we got. That's gone all the way. That's a very good shot. Long and high. It's gone for 6, and it's a lovely way to finish the over. So they needed it. 9 from it eventually, 54 for 2.
You are watching TVI. Stay tuned with us.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia.
And one person who has it is Pat Simcox. I knew it.
I'm looking forward to watching Jeffrey van der Sey bowl here. He's a very, very good leg spinner.
Quick single. Direct hit might have found him wanting, but he was watching that throw all the way, so there wasn't too much drama.
Jeffrey van der Say plays for the SSC. He has played a lot for Sri Lanka, just gone off the boil in the last year or two, but he's come back and come back strong. So this is a really good test for him.
It's important he starts well. That's what all spinners want to do. A little bit short, a little bit wide. Plenty of time to rock onto the back foot, bring the sweeper into play.
Yeah, this is Amit Patel. Nice is the feet, quite wide, but he did well to get hold of it, and it went the distance. And on the subject of Van der Say, I think there's no doubting him for talent and ability. Thankfully, he's, as you said, back in business, determined to prove himself, determined to make sure that he makes his mark, which is excellent, because he was thought of as someone who can win games for Sri Lanka. He was included at a very young age. As you said, he played in white ball cricket.
It's nicely bowled, but that's good running too. Good aggressive running. So they're just working around at the moment. First balls are wide, which might be interesting towards the end of this over. 5 from it, 2 balls remaining. Correction, 6 from it. There is protection on the offside and also at deep mid-wicket. A couple of men back straight as well. And that's another wide. That's going to be bonus run, so that's exactly what he didn't want to do. It's gone through the keeper. And those extras climb up. Gee, they're with a rocket at the moment.
Yeah, he didn't want that, Jeffrey van der Say. He just needs a little bit of confidence just to settle, and that wasn't what he wanted. The good thing for him, though, is there's enough there to keep him interested if he gets through his action.
Oh, again, it's another wide. 18 extras so far and only 65 runs on the board.
Yeah, he's getting the googly, but googly is ill-directed going down the leg side. He must be a bit nervous as well, isn't it? I mean, coming back into big-time cricket after a while.
Yeah, the thing with it is he does. There's enough on offer on the pitch. He doesn't need to have to do anything different. As long as he lands his leg spinner, he'll be in business.
Solid down the ground. That's going to be 4. It is 4. Let's pick the gap. This is good stuff from the Viking.
Yeah, they're milking him. They're really milking him. And they're doing it in style, really without breaking sweat. If you look at that shot, Rupul Tharanga just chipped it into the gap. And then also those wides and extras.
And these are the extra balls. These are the balls that wouldn't normally be bowled if he'd bowled 6 legitimate deliveries. Still got 1 to go as well. It's a huge over. Past the outside edge. And that's much better. At least he finished strong with that delivery. 8 gone, 71 for 2. So 17 runs off that last over. I think it's time for some of the players to just get together and have a little bit of a chat. And they do have their time to do that as well, because right now we've got a strategic timeout.
You are watching TVI. Stay tuned with us.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia.
ඔබට මගහැරුණු සියලු වැඩසටහන් පහසු වෙලාවට නරඹන්න TVI Newsයි අපගේ YouTube නාලිකා දෙකම අමතක නොකර දැන්ම subscribe කරන්න. ඔබ මේ රැඳී සිටින්නේ TVI සමගින්. රැඳෙන්න අපත් සමගම.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Eye Asia.
First of two games, so we've got plenty of entertainment for you. 8 overs gone, 71 for 2. These two batsmen are the crease now. This partnership is worth 68. Patel in particular has been in form, 50 and a 30. Chamira into the attack. These are the two guys that I think the Viking have to rely on to get a big total. The big total is down a little bit than what it normally has been so far in this tournament. It's probably around about the 170, 180 mark on this sort of surface.
Yeah, Dushmancha Chamira. I hope he backs his best delivery today, because when he bowls his best delivery, it's as good as it is for anybody.
Well, Dambulla needs a really good effort here. To me, well, that's how the current rate would be, 176. 214 would be a very good score if they can get there, but around 176, 180.
Yeah, that's what I think. They've almost got to sort of think, okay, Andre Russell's there, but let's just make sure we get the runs on the board and not get too carried away. 10 and over gets them to that 189 mark.
Just looking at the Dambulla side, to me, it's one team that's a little bit unsettled as yet. Struggling with their combination. Did win that first game, then lost the next one badly. Now 4 changes. And the last time when you looked at that side, they were short in batting. It's good to see Angelo Pereira is in. Pulling a Taranga, who's a kind of an all-rounder. So there is a little bit more muscle.
They need a start too with the Willow. Swept away, sweeper into play. They've got to get a good solid start. And Dick Weller, I think, has got to come to the fore. 2 soft dismissals before today, and a strangle down the leg side today for Dick Weller.
Talking about starts, I think Dushmancha Chamira started this over really well. He's got the ball in the right area. He's got his field set properly, and it's been a really, really good start from him.
He's gone past 140 k's per hour.
Very exciting, very exciting. All you do, as we said in our pre-show, Hazy, is you want him at the back end of that mark to be committing to the delivery he's going to bowl now to get best results.
It's just about perfect.
So when you look at the likes of Dushmancha Chamira, who at one stage was injury prone and he was virtually out of it. Remember, went on a tour to South Africa. Struggled badly, had to come back. Well, this is what happened. Angelo Matthews, a pretty soft dismissal, the first one. Down the leg side. And then the next one. Straight down the throat, the man at mid-wicket.
2 gifts. They are 2 very ordinary dismissals.
Looking at the pool of players Sri Lanka has, we spoke about it off air, we'll come to that.
She bowled again. Perfect lines.